Hi, this is Dan Cortopassi of TSG Multimedia. Today I'm reviewing an HO scale GP38-2 locomotive from MTH. My example is decorated for Pittsburgh and Lake Erie. The model seems to match prototype photos of the real PLE 2060 from the 1980s. This locomotive is equipped with MTH's DCS Proto-Sound 3.0 sound system and has an MSRP of $199.95. MTH also offers a DCC ready version with an MSRP of $129.95. The paint on the model is very crisp and even. The yellow is opaque, very nicely done. Detail on the sides includes plumbing on the air reservoirs and fuel tank, and brake lines on the trucks. The handrails are made of some kind of flexible plastic. The front end includes MU hoses, a trainline air hose, and uncoupling levers. The uncoupling levers don't match the ones in the photos I found of PLE 2060 in the 80s. The model is equipped with KD number 158 couplers on both ends. Both couplers are mounted at the correct height. I like the PLE logo on the nose stripe. It's very finely rendered. The yellow on the pilots is very crisp and opaque. There is a snowplow included in the box that can be installed by the modeler if desired. The real 2060 had one, but the supplied plow does not match prototype photos. The rear of the model also has reasonably good detail, though the grab irons are molded on. I found a photo of the real 2060 in the rear, and it had a yellow stripe down the center similar to the one in front. The model lacks this. The detail on the roof of the model is very basic, with molded-on lift rings and a molded-on curved grab iron in the rear. The fans are not see-through. The horn on the model does not match prototype photos of the real PLE 2060. There is a small damaged area on the top of the cab on my example. Detail on the underside of the locomotive is minimal. The speaker for the sound system is mounted in the fuel tank. There is a volume control near the speaker that can be turned with a small Phillips screwdriver. There's a cutout marked DCS and DCC that looks like a place to mount a switch, but there is nothing inside. The model picks up electricity from all 8 wheels, and all 4 axles are powered. All of the wheels are in gauge according to the NMRA standards gauge. The model weighs 15.1 ounces, and I was able to measure 2.6 ounces of drawbar pull in my force gauge. I am running the model on DCC since I don't have a DCS system. Unlike most DCC engines, to start the sound on this engine you use the F6 key. The model runs very smoothly. Personally, I find the sound a bit tinny. The headlights are turned on with the F0 key, and they are directional. When the locomotive is moving, the headlights get brighter. The class lights and number boards are turned on with the F5 key. The lights in the back are pretty much the same. The main difference is when you hit F5, the rear class lights light up red, whereas in front they light up green, which seems a little odd to me, but that's the way the engine is set up. I think this is a good running model, and I like the fact that the couplers are at the correct height and that the wheel gauge is correct. On the other hand, the detail on the roof and parts of the shell is very crude and really not up to today's standards. At this price level, there are other models available with much better detail. I don't think this model measures up in that regard, so I'm going to take a spike off for that. My final verdict is 9 out of 10 spikes.